This is junk. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one. In this video, as you can probably already tell from the thumbnail, we've done some upgrades to my Gamo Whisper Swarm, and we're going to get into that right now. So, haven't done a whole lot of upgrades, but the biggest upgrade that we all already know is that the standard scope that comes on the Gamo is junk. So, to put it really simple, if you ever look online at any of the Gamo pellet rifles, they're going to say one thing pretty unanimously, and that's put a different scope on whatever you're buying. They come with this little fixed, I think it's a 4-power, 32 millimeter lens, and it'll get you going, but don't expect it to last very long. So last year I was lucky. I used this for a little while. It worked really pretty good. Was a little tougher on some of the farther out stuff I was trying to take a shot at, but overall for a little while it worked fairly decent. Just a standard crosshair, and just did the bare minimum that it needed to. So after a little while, actually after the video I made last year, I got a lot of people telling me, hey, you need to go ahead and upgrade that thing. It's going to junk out on you. And I said, I'm going to ride it till it does die. And it did. It did indeed die on me. Typically, from what I've seen in other ones, and along with this one, is that you'll start getting super erratic patterns. There is no grouping. Your shot placement will be all over the board, and overall you can't really hit the broadside of a barn with anything. So I've went ahead and I've done what everybody's told me to do, and I've upgraded. So now, I had some good folks leave me some comments on that without even being prompted to, and they said, you know, whenever you do upgrade, this is what you should get. Had a couple different things people told me to do. I looked at a lot of those scopes. Actually, I think I looked at just about every one they put on there, and why, there was one or two things I didn't like. Some price was a little high, I thought, for a pellet rifle scope. Also, I know one guy, I took his recommendation probably the farthest to fruition, and he said, get a penti scope. He got a $50 one, and it had a laser sight on it, and he hadn't had any kind of problems with it, and had been picking off basically all the same stuff that I've been using mine for, and having great results. The only issue with that scope, and why I didn't actually go ahead and get it, is that laser sight. In Missouri, you can't actually use anything that projects a beam onto whatever you're shooting, as far as if it's a game animal or something alive that you're trying to take out. So I opted for another penti scope. I don't know the exact model. It is a 3x9x40, and it comes with some pretty cool options. It comes standard with the sight covers there, which I've had a little bit of issue with this front one. It wants to slide on me, but that's not that big of a deal for me. I've used these on my hunting rifles, and I just don't care for them. I'll just take off whatever lens covers I have on my scopes every year whenever I'm hunting, and then put them back on. I mean, they're not real dire that I have to have those out in the field for me. This scope usually retails around the $50 mark, and that's kind of the price I wanted to stay around. I'll link it down below, the Amazon link for it, because that is where I got mine. This one that I got was actually marked down. It was like $32, I think. So that was pretty sweet that it was marked down, is on sale, and I got it for a pretty decent price. It has the like the red dot or the illuminated sights within the scope, so whenever you're looking down it, It actually has both the red and the green that you can use. So that's pretty cool. Wasn't something I just necessarily wanted or needed. I have a few scopes that I've got over the years that have it. I don't even know that I've really used them other than I have a red dot on my black powder. So that is the one time I actually use some kind of, sight that has illuminated interior. And then whenever I bought this scope, I didn't know if the scope rings would actually come with it. It didn't list it in the description. I kind of was worried about it, and I was like, you know what? It's just a little bit bigger as far as your scope, the 40, millimeter. Why, as long as it has a 1-inch tube, why can't I just use the same scope rings? So that's what I went ahead and did. These are the same scope rings that this old scope was mounted on, and I went ahead and used them. It ended up coming with the scope rings for it to attach, but I was like, you know what, it's already in position, why even bother with it? Just throw it on, bolt it on, roll on. So that's what I did. I've not got out to shoot it yet. That is the one downside of this big video here. Maybe we'll do it in another one. The reasoning I haven't got out to shoot it is, one, haven't had a whole lot of time. It's been raining a lot, and then today, the one warm, beautiful day outside, the wind is like 15 to 20 miles an hour today. So we are inside, and we're just gonna take a look at the upgrade that we've done to this Gamo pellet rifle. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. On the turrets, one thing I love on a lot of these new scopes that they're doing is you don't have to get down in there with like a penny or anything. They've got the adjustment knob right there on top, and it makes it super simple to adjust that and then get on your way. So hopefully in the next few weeks everything dies down. I can get out, I can sight it in. Hopefully we're driving tax. Seen a lot of reviews. I think whenever I looked at Amazon for it, there was something close to 4,000 reviews on this scope, and they were saying they were getting really tight, really small groupings with pellet rifles, even on 22s, and that's ultimately what this is for. The reticle is way more than what this little pellet rifle will need ultimately. I don't think I'm going to be needing to take really high powered far out shots. It's also got, the adjustments there for the different yardages at the bottom of it, and I just don't ultimately think that I'll need to use that. I mean, it's great it's there. If I ever really want to tinker with it, I can get it sighted in and maybe have some of those yardages here on the gun itself so I could use them. But for now, this is my little upgrade, and hopefully whenever those starlings start nesting, which should be just about any time, we can pick them off so they're not getting into the house or building up in the trees out in the yard. If you've made it this far in the video, I thank you. Really appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. I hope this video kind of maybe puts somebody on the right direction. I'll definitely make another part where we're out taking some shots with this scope. That way we aren't just putting the cart before the horse and claiming that this is going to do everything without really testing it. It's a little bit, off-putting. So if you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.